No, nobody is here. You can sit.
Is there anyone outside?
Yeah, both ends. Maybe you can sit this side.
Yeah, Anisa. Two people are sitting outside who want to.
Yeah, it's called this bed. Yeah, maybe it's always important to inform people. Yeah, for sure.
So, hello guys, if you can hear me online, we'll be just starting in a few minutes. We're just waiting for people to fill the room.
Let us know if you have any audio issues. You can drop in the chat. If everything is fine, then cool. They're just coming, so we are waiting for two more people. Then we get started. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, cool.
Take it, you can take from this.
Get started.
Yeah, we'll get started. So, hi everyone, welcome. We want to extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. As we know, the agenda of this workshop today is to help you build a thriving coaching or freelancing business. Well, that's the topic that we were told to put on the posters and stuff, and that seems a little dull, but the real reason that we are here is
So, I'm guessing all around the room we are here to monetize our expertise, help people create impact, make more profits, and make more freedom so that we can, live more abundantly, travel, have fun, have more time, have more flexibility, and that's what we are here to show you, right?
So, just a little side note that if you guys stick around with us till the end, we have a little gift for you. So this is just like a thank you note for entrusting us with your time and attention, and we don't take it for granted. So we have a little template that we use in our own business. This is a cheat sheet or template that you can also use if you're into the content creation game to create a shit ton of content in very little time. So if you stick till the end, this is something that we'll be sharing with you.
So, can you guys at the back see everything and hear everything fine?
Cool.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So, before we, is it coming here? Okay, there seems to be some lag on the slides. Anyway, we want to keep this interactive, so why not, have like a small round of introduction around the room. Just let us know your name and an area of your expertise or what kind of business are you in or trying to build right now. So we can perhaps go clockwise. So Manish is working with Nomad.
he's a part of our Nomad Connect.
I'm Shubham. I run a services startup in ML, AI, data technologies. But it's not a freelancing business, but I've been through it. Now we are trying to expand internationally, so maybe we can take some insights or something.
Cool. Thank you for being here.
I'm from our my name's Meredith. I'm a yoga and meditation instructor, and I do APD engineering. And yeah, going online makes sense, even though I'm more of an in-person in nature, technology person. But I would love to learn whatever you want to share. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Anjal, and along with Arif, we run a digital marketing company.
Oh wow.
So we help the small businesses or even large scale businesses to promote through social media. We help them run the social media campaigns through Instagram or Facebook to expand their business.
Nice. Then a lot of things that we'll be sharing will make a lot of sense to you. Feel free to add in. Yeah.
what Anshul said. It's specialized in B2B,
Okay.
but I know a lot of coaches and freelancers are in Dharampur.
Yeah.
So I just want to come check out what the scene is here.
Nice.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Abhina. I'm a musician. I want to just musician to be. So I'm trying to see how this can
Yeah.
promote my work online and be more comfortable with that. It's
Awesome.
something I want.
Hi, my name is Simran and I teach calligraphy online, and apart from that I freelance as a mural artist for corporate offices.
Okay. Nice.
Hi, my name is Viveka. I get product and subscriptions at anything profit. It's a business news digital website. And my area of expertise are subscriptions and products.
We have Mr. Rajesh, and I conduct excursions around this city. And I hope people learn something more about the space digitally.
So, is excursions around Dharampur or all of
In
Himachal?
around.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Hi, I'm Rashi. So I am Vinay from Pushkar and I'm running a cafe in like an eco-friendly living space. I'm trying to build a eco-friendly living space brand. So I'm here to learn like a thing or two, like how I can promote that. So if I build a brand.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Bella. I'm an events manager, and for a few months now I'm Mr. Writing.
Oh, somebody else is like you.
Yes. Hi, I'm Bala. So currently, I teach Reiki. So maybe I wanted to see how I can take it further.
So we're doing just a quick round of introductions.
Okay, this is Priyanka. So I'm into holistic lifestyle coaching, and I take one-on-one retreats and group retreats. And this fascinated me, peace and profit. As like, okay, let's see.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And we will not bore you with a lot of details about us, but just so you know, we come from a place of credibility. We are going to take a little bit of time to just quickly introduce ourselves.
I don't know what's happening. What's happening with the display?
Just a second, guys. So we are Chhavi and this is Kapil, and we help experts like you monetize your expertise so that you can have a business which is not just full of profits but also peace of mind. Because a very like just if your entire attention is on profits, it can easily lead to burnout. So we've always been of the approach that a healthy balance of peace and profits is essential for a sustainable long-term business. So yeah. Should we just rotate the screen so that everybody can see?
We'll have some. It connects every time, but it's just crashing.
Can we turn it off and switch it on?
We can turn this off and
I
switch
think
it
that
on
can
again.
be tried out. So yeah, that can be
Maybe the Wi-Fi is not working.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Not in our control.
Yeah. So let's do the introduction anyway, right? Yeah. Yeah. So at our core, we are two engineers who switched to marketing. So Kapil is a chemical engineer from IIT Kharagpur, and I am a software engineer myself from IGDTU Delhi. And both of us had our own corporate stints for a little while though. So he was working at AIG as an analyst, and I was working at Dell Technologies as a software engineer. And coincidentally, that was our first as well as last jobs, because that is when the seed for entrepreneurship or to do something of our own was actually sown somewhere deep within us. He wanted to run away from the corporate shackles of like compulsion and lack of freedom, and I wanted just more impact, to be able to help more people, to put in the effort and actually see something coming out of it, right? So that is when we actually transitioned and formed our own marketing consultancy firm, which is called Break Free Marketing Solutions. And yeah, we have been doing this for the last 3 years now, and we've been privileged enough to have worked with over 100 clients now from all over the world. You can see all their pictures over here. So people from India, US, Australia, Canada, Spain. We have worked with them in different capacities, with somebody as a freelancer, somebody as a consultant, with somebody as a coaching environment. And so different containers and different ways in which we have helped them. And all of these people are from various different niches. Somebody is a mindset coach, somebody is a yoga trainer, somebody is a psychotherapist, somebody is a forex training coach. So various different niches these people are that we've connected from and worked from. Yeah, please.
Thank you. Sorry for.
So there are 3 seats there also.
Okay.
I
Shall we just try again to connect here?
Yeah, it's like the slides are too pretty. Make them go to waste, right? So we were just doing a quick round of introductions about who is doing what, and we were just telling us everybody about what we you didn't miss a lot. Yeah? There are 2 seats there. So could you also tell us like what area of expertise is that you want to like monetize, or if you already have a business, what kind of business you have? All the new people that came in, we'd love to hear from you. Just
I'm
quick.
just exploring.
Okay, that's fine. How about you?
I work as a psychologist.
Psychologist in Dharamko?
No, just remotely.
Okay, nice. So is that a freelancing thing or?
Yeah, so I'm looking now to like build something up online.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. How about you?
I'm a data analyst.
Okay. And you're here for?
Just interest, because I'm a freelancer, but we want to build up our own company and visualizing data. So
Okay, nice. And we have Joy as well. Hi, Joy.
Hi everyone. So nice to meet you all. Like, so proud today.
No, but I can't get it.
Yeah.
But we won't be able to control that. That's impossible. That's the shortcut for getting
Yeah, so we were just telling the room about the various clients that we have worked with in the past. So there are people from all over the world, from US, India, Australia, Canada, Spain, Germany, and we have worked with them in like coaching capacity or just consulting capacity, or we have actually freelanced for these clients. And interestingly, these are people from a lot of niches that even you guys talked about. So somebody's a yoga trainer, somebody's a Reiki trainer, somebody's a psychotherapist. We have people who are doing breath work, coaching and imparting that education to people in the online form, and having a thriving business on it, right? So the possibilities are endless like that. And just to tell you about the kind of impact, this is like just a small screenshot of the impact that we have helped create with businesses. So we've grown our own business from scratch, from nothing to over $100,000 in revenue, primarily working with international clients. And we have also had another coach who is into the forex trading niche, scaled from again $0 to $150,000 in a span of just 2 years. Then it had a Michigan-based non-profit organization, which was primarily relying only on donations to run their business, but we helped them launch their first online course and then draw an income around between $5,000 to $10,000 every month, which is again being used to fund all the social causes and initiatives that they're doing. So that's just a glimpse of the impact that we've created. And like the title of the workshop is Peace and Profit. So it's not just that we're about profits, peace, or freedom of time is equally, if not more important to us. And that is why our focus in these years of growing our business has also been on freedom, right? So we've worked from over 50 cities in the last few years. We've backpacked through all of Southeast Asia. We've spent long vacations in mountains, beaches, working from these beautiful places. And just a side note, if you are into a similar thing, Nomad now is the place to be at because they offer like really good co-living spaces, co-working spaces, excellent Wi-Fi, so your work is not interrupted and you can have fun, right? So yeah, and more importantly, we've been there for our friends and family throughout. So of course, like freedom can mean different things for different people. For somebody, it could be traveling more. For somebody, it could be taking care of the kids or spending more time with their family. So whatever like freedom means to you, our goal here is to have a business with again not just brings in profits, but also the freedom and the convenience and peace of mind, right, to thrive. But again, yeah, so it's not always been that case, right? Like it's not always been that rosy. So initial years is when we also struggled. We had our own share of struggles, challenges, which I'm sure a lot of you will also relate with here, right? So things like low-paying clients who expect the world. So there are people who will negotiate and ask you to lower your prices and then expect the whole world from you. They keep nagging you at 2 a.m. in the night saying, what's the progress like and things like that. So we had our own share of working with clients like that when we got started. Then over delivering to one-on-one clients, right? So you are putting all your time, efforts, energy into serving those one-on-one clients, working with them full time, and before you know it, it's like you are going back to your corporate job, from which you actually came coming from. Then the feast and famine situation, right? So this is when you have a period of really good revenue months, which is quickly followed by a dry spell of a few months where there's no clients coming in, there's no money coming in. So then that is what we call the feast and famine situation. Like some months it's feast and some months it's famine, right? Or you try out some strategy and then you give up midway because you're distracted by some new shiny strategy out there. So yeah, things like that. And lastly, imposter syndrome, the infamous imposter syndrome, which I'm sure a lot of you, if you're on this journey too, must have experienced at some point, which looks like, am I good enough? Am I rightly cut for entrepreneurship? Why do clients pay me or not the other competitors that are out there? So things like these, challenges like these are very natural if you're trying to build something of your own. And the good news is that by the end of this workshop, you will have an action plan to grow your business. You will feel clear, relieved, and excited like this woman here, hopefully dancing when you go out of the room. And yeah, that's the goal for us and for you. That's the intention we have for you. So coming back to the question,
what do you actually need to have more profits and more peace, right? So what are the things that you can control and how you can create this for yourself, right? So let me ask you a question to answer that, right? If I ask you what's more easier to sell, one Mercedes or 100 Marutis, right? What would your answer be, right? Anyone who wants to take a go at it?
100 Marutis.
One Mercedes.
One Mercedes, yeah.
For me, it's one Mercedes for sure, yeah.
Yeah, see, given the pricing is same, right? One Mercedes for 6 crores and 100 Marutis in total for 6 crores. Selling one Mercedes would be a lot more easier because you just have to have one customer to look for, right? Not 100 people to cater to, and more hassles, more team, and so on and so forth. So the crux of achieving more peace and profits in your business, in your coaching or freelancing business, would be lesser number of clients to work with and higher prices or service fee, right? A bigger ticket size. So that again, less number of hassle and more quality service and quality expertise provided.
But then, if like everybody could charge, $1,000, like everybody would. So this is a meme that we recently came across this morning. So we thought we'll include this in the deck. So this is the difference between when you charge high versus when you charge low, right? So when you have a $50,000 client. The communications you have with them are crisp, to the point, and like hassle-free. It's like wire sent, let's flush it, let's go. Whereas when you have a $499 or $500 or low ticket client, they will be after your life. They'll be like, I trust you with my time. Are there any guarantees? Are there any discounts that you're offering? Can you work for free first? Can we discount it to $399? My kids need you to do well. Okay, can you give me a hug and all of that? So the thing is, yeah, that's the kind of mindset difference when you work with low ticket clients versus high ticket clients.
So yeah, just to drive home the point, when you're charging low, you need to work with more volume of clients, which means you need a bigger following, right? 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 followers on Instagram, Facebook, whatever that may be. Versus when you charge higher, you can work with lesser folks, people who are aligned with you, who are more you resonate with, and you can help them get the best of results, right? You don't need an audience to start with. Again, when you're charging low, you get plans for more lazy who don't pay attention. Versus when you charge high, you get more committed people. That means they put in more efforts to get the results they want, especially in coaching, right? And you can show up in your best self. Again, with charging low, you need more operations, bigger team, more headaches. Versus when you charge high, lesser operations, lean and mean team, more peace and more profits.
Lesser
right?
headaches for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, as Chhavi said, if they could, we'll have questions.
Are you sending this later? Because it's too far and I cannot read everything.
Do you want the slides, you mean?
Yeah, do you do that?
Yeah, we
We
can
can share that. Yeah.
share.
Yeah.
Let us know our email address at the end, and we'll
Yeah.
share that. Yeah, so if everyone could charge higher, they would, right? But the question is, how do they do that? And the answer lies in these 6 questions, right? The better you can answer them for yourself and communicate them to your clients, the higher you can charge and the more thriving coaching or freelancing career you can have, right? And these 6 questions are: 1, whom do you help? Why you? What do you offer? How do you get more leads? How do you get them to say hell yes? And how do you retain them for longer, right? So we'll dive deep into each of these questions.
Right. So first question is, whom do you really help, right? So trust us that we have gone on so many sales calls, and so many times when we ask this question to our clients, they're like, whoever has the funds to pay me is my client. I'm willing to help anybody who has the funds to afford me. But then when you try speaking to everyone, you end up talking to nobody at all, right? Because the more specific you are, the more the greater value you can provide. Yeah.
So let me show you with an example, right? So let's say you're someone in your 20s who's struggling and wants help, right? And you come across, you have 2 options. One life coach who says, I help people find their purpose, versus another life coach who says, I help young adults navigate through a quarter life crisis, right? So what seems more lucrative here?
If you were in your 20s.
So show of hands, right? First or second, what seems more lucrative here? Right? Second, right? That's the unison. So let's take a look. Why is that, right? When you go from helping people find their purpose to helping young adults, you become specific with who you're talking to, right? And so you go from a generalist to a specialist. Navigate through a quarter life crisis. Now you became more clear on what they are suffering through and what their pains are, right? So to analyze that, when you're more clear about your dream clients, right, people who you are most excited to work with, when you are specific about your audience, your value increases, right? People raise their hands for you. And when you're more specific about their pains, desires, frustrations, your value increases even more, right? The objective is to become so magnetic to our audience that they say, yes, this person gets me and I'm ready to work with them, right?
So guys, the thing is, when we talk about desires, right? Every single human, everybody of you present in this room will want more money, you will want better relationships, and you will want a fitter body, right? That's very superficial. But when you are like trying to figure out these details about your clients, you have to go layers deeper. If you want more money, why is that? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to fund your kids' college fee? Do you want to retire your parents early? So it could be like multiple reasons behind that superficial level, right? Similarly, if you want better relationships, Why is that? Are you having a tough time with your spouse? Did you have a traumatic childhood? Things like that. So you have to go layers deeper to understand where your audience is really coming from. And it's like peeling layers of onions, right? You have to keep asking the question why, until you figure out what is their deepest pain, their deepest desire, and their deepest frustration.
Now, again, what another example, right? If you're, say, a fitness trainer, right, saying something like helping people get fitter versus saying I help dads who are over the age of 40 build a leaner body and have more stamina so they can come back from their work and play with their kids stress free, right? Now, again, if you're a fitness trainer and if your audience is dads over 40, they will relate with you so much, right? They will be like, yes, I want to work with you and not the other fitness trainers that are out there who are just saying that we help people get fit, right?
So that is what happens when you ask yourself, whom do you really want to help? Which brings us to the next question, which is why should your clients choose you? Like, why not other people, right? And the thing is that there are so many YouTube videos, podcasts, blogs, etc. There are like multiple Udemy, Coursera courses which are just pricing it at $100, $200 for the same amount of value that you will be sharing. And there are other freelancers who will probably do it for cheaper, right? So why should your ideal clients choose you? There's amongst all this noise in the market, and it all comes down to knowing your superpowers or knowing your unique specialty. Yeah, right. And if I ask you also, like, what is so unique about your service or your offering that people will come to you, right? And most of these clients tell us that there's nothing unique about what I do. I offer the very same service that other people are also offering. So how will you stand out in this noise, right? So again, the solution is to identify your superpowers.
Yeah, see, you are your niche in a sense, right? Your stories, your experiences, your journey, your struggles, and your breakthroughs are something no one can take away from you, right? So that's what separates you from the rest. When you're coaching or freelancing, you're coming from an area of expertise, right? You're helping anyone who's say 2 steps behind you. So your story becomes your superpower, right? And if we had to further break it down on what all superpower pillars that you can have, see the specific audience that you work with, for example, dads over 40, right, to get more fitter. That's your unique niche, right? The framework that you've developed over years to help someone go from the state of pain to the state of pleasure. That's your unique approach, right? Your unique framework. Your story, your purpose, your struggles, your transformations becomes your unique authenticity. The number of people you work with and the kind of clients you've worked with, the results you've gotten them become your credibility, your case studies. And lastly, things that your clients keep raving about, right? If you pick out 10, 20 testimonials, you'll see a pattern emerging. That becomes your unique social proof. Maybe it's something to do with how well you break down complex concepts down, or how well you care, right? That becomes your superpower.
And when you put all of this together, you will have found your superpower or your unique specialty that will make you stand out apart from the other competitors out in the market. And let me tell you, it's a very evolving process. Like if you're just getting started, you will not have this figured out, like what is your unique specialty. So like how like a lava transforms into a butterfly. It's like an ever evolving process. It's like 3 years in the business right now, and we are still figuring it out and nailing this superpower for ourselves, right? So just to give you a glimpse, when we got started, right, initially we had no clients, no reviews, no approach. So we could not use that as a specialty. But what we did have was our own story, which was how we transitioned from ex-corporate to now entrepreneurs. How we believed not in the hustle mindset or the grind set mentality or, being a part of the rat race. So that is something that was making us stand apart from other people who are probably providing the same marketing expertise that we were, right? So that was the initial stage. Then we worked with 3 to 5 different clients from various niches, right? We worked with e-com owners, we worked with big companies, we worked with small business owners, and that's when we figured out, okay, who are we able to provide the best results to? Maybe all of these niches are very different from each other. The same marketing strategy will not apply to an e-com business the way it does to a small business owner. So then we figured out, okay, our specialty is more towards freelancers and small business owners who want to monetize their expertise. So we niched down like that and we catered only to this one. So now we added another layer to our superpower. Then we worked with more clients, 50 to 30 clients, and we saw some patterns emerging. Like what is it that is making somebody successful and somebody not, right? So that became part of our unique approach or solution that we were providing, which is what we call the Peace and Profits framework now. And that again added to our superpower. And lastly, now because we work with so many clients from all over the world, we can add their case studies, their testimonials, their reviews, all of it to our kind of brag band. to make it like sound like a, you know, when we put it all together, like that is our specialty. And if somebody asks us why should we choose you, not somebody who's doing it for cheaper, like these are the reasons, right? If you, yeah.
So yeah, it's a gradual process. You will get there, right?
Yeah, and this is just a glimpse of the testimonials that video testimonials that we've collected from our clients, right? Which brings us to the third question, which is what do you offer? So far you have your target audience nailed down, you have your specialty or your unique superpowers nailed down. Now it's all about what do you offer to your clients? Like what is the service that you're providing, right?
Now see, you are an expert, you want to help people, you want to create impact, right? So there are a lot of mediums that you can do that. You can monetize your expertise through. You could have online courses, you could have memberships where, you know, monthly subscriptions where people pay you on an ongoing basis. You could have one-on-one consulting. You could have done-for-you services like most freelancers do, right? Either be it tax accounting, be it social media, be it designing, copywriting, whatever that is, or you could have group coaching programs, right? So again, many ways to monetize your expertise, but the difference that comes in is in what it is that you're offering, right? Now, an offer is the promise you make to people in exchange for their money, right? And for the Godfather fans out there, a magnetic offer is an offer that people can't refuse, right? Or people feel stupid in saying no to. That's what the objective has to be. So we have to create a magnetic offer that draws them, right? So let me show you this by examples as well. What a magnetic offer does not look like, right? Let's take an example of a relationship coach. Now, let's say they offer coaching sessions to couples at say $50 an hour. Now that's very vague. That does not excite me as a consumer. It does not feel as lucrative. Plus, I have 100 questions in my mind, right? There can be 100 more relationship coaches who offer the same offering at maybe say $25 an hour, right? So you might just lose the battle to, you know, pricing, and it's a battle down to the others, right? Versus when you change this to this, right? A program called Romance Reboot Collective. It's a 6-month one-on-one coaching program for couples to transform their relationship through a 5-step framework. So here's what we cover, what on the pillars that we work on, how it works. These are the inclusions, right? So you get your own access to the app, 6 video lessons, 1 coaching session per week, you know, a bunch of other resources, and you also have a reason to act now, right? If you act within the next 7 days, your partner gets complimentary access at no extra cost. So right here, right, this makes it so much more lucrative, right? Now I know that, okay, it's not just one session that will help me. It's a 6-month kind of program where I get constant support. And even though the pricing is higher, I'll be more interested in paying that, right? Rather than just going for a couple of sessions for $50 an hour, and then I'll have in my mind, okay, I shouldn't need more than 2-3 sessions, and I'll go up, right? So you as a coach or the creator is also benefits from an offer, and me as a consumer also I benefit from the offer because I know what to expect.
Yeah,
right?
so initially we talked about how you should always charge high or charge what you deserve, like what's your worth. So this is how you increase the value and accordingly the price of your offer as well.
And you also make your customers stick longer, right? Any relationship coach will know that it's not just 2 or 3 sessions that they need with the client, right? They need an ongoing arrangement where they can actually help them and actually bring out the transformation, right? So to break it down, the recipe of a magnetic offer has these pillars, right? A catchy name, as we said, a Romance Reboot Collective, right? Or Peace and Profits, right? That's the name of the workshop that attracts you, right? So names matter. Then a clear transformation of where you are taking your people from. Next comes the framework, right? The 5-step framework that we just saw. So to just show people what to expect and to come from an expert point of view, right? Then comes the inclusions, whatever containers you have. For example, in the previous romance relationship coach example, we saw, you know, the inclusions, 1 coaching session per week, course, video lessons, and so on. Then the pricing, and then the incentives, right? The last thing is quite important because we as humans function on deadlines, right? So we need to give them any sort of reason to act now, right? Why now? Maybe some bonuses, maybe some discount, whatever that might be good.
So take our example for that matter, right? When we started out, we did not have this offer upfront like we told you. What we used to tell was we help business owners with marketing strategy, and that's the reaction we got. Like, I'm not interested, simply. Then we further refined it by saying, okay, the Peace and Profits Mastermind, which is a 12-month group coaching mastermind for coaches and freelancers to 2 to 5x their profits and build a business that aligns with their lifestyle. So then people were like, okay, tell me more. And then we further dive deep into things like, okay, what all you get? You get 6 action modules, you get a private community of entrepreneurs, you get 52 live coaching calls spread across throughout the year, you get live feedback from us that we will have our eyes, ears on your business, you will get all the cheat sheets, frameworks that we have used for our business, and then people were like, yeah, shut up and take my money. So that's the difference, and difference that having a clear offer will do to your business. If you don't have one, we highly recommend you to create one offer. These are just some of the examples we have built for our clients in the past in various niches, trading, relationship, and now we invite you guys to create your magnetic offer. Make sure it has a clear outcome, a unique framework, a catchy name, inclusions very clearly defined, a pricing, pay plans if you want to offer that, and an incentive or an urgency to make sure that they act right now and not later.
So we've seen the importance of this firsthand, right? As Chhavi showed, these are the offers we built for our clients, and this themselves resulted in such huge jumps in the revenue and the income they saw coming in, right? Just versus saying I help people with marketing strategy, having a offer is so much more powerful, right? That's why you can take a picture of this if you want, or we can email it after. But do work on creating that offer outline and share it with us after if you want us.
Right. So which brings us to question number 4, which is how do you get more leads and more clients? And I'm sure this is one of the most burning questions that most of you are here for. Even if you have the foundations nailed down, this is something which is a constant struggling point for a lot of people here, right? How do we get more leads? How do we get more clients, more sales into our business? So that is what this is about. And you would have heard multiple things on the internet again. You would have heard, you should write a newsletter, you should run ads, you should do social media and whatever. Like there are multiple things, but we have condensed it all into the core 4 matrix, which is what looks like. This is what it looks like.
So these are the only 4 ways that you can get more leads in your business, irrespective of the kind of business you have or the industry you are in, right? Everything comes out from this. So as Chhavi mentioned, everything you've seen on the internet, be it affiliates, be it YouTube podcasts, everything is inside this matrix, right? So these are the only 4 ways you can use to get more leads, right? So to quickly explain that, in marketing language, warm means people who already know you, and cold means people who are strangers who don't know you, right? So the first thing is warm network, that is leveraging your network of connections, whichever you've built over the years. Second is cold outreach, where you reach out to strangers. Third is posting free content, wherein you can reach out to the masses, right? Social media content. And fourth is running paid ads, right? So we'll dive down into each of these quickly. Your warm network. Now see, this should always be the first place you go to get your first or even next clients when you build out your offer, right? These are people who already know you, who your friends, family, acquaintances, past clients. So there's already a level of trust built up, right? So they'll be more than happy to hear whatever you're working on or whatever new offers or new programs that you're creating, right? I think the biggest mistake we did was that set us years back was not to be so proud of our business and just shout about our business from the top of the tower.
Yeah, it might not be the case for most of you here, but I remember when I quit my job and transitioned here, it took me 1 year to put my first LinkedIn post out there saying that I'm doing this, because I don't know, there was like fear of putting myself out there or fear of being judged and so on. But then that's the amount of money that I've put on the table. Like 1 year later, like if that I would have done that sooner, I would have gotten more connections, more leads quicker than how it happened.
Exactly, and we've had some of our best breakthroughs because of our friends, family, and acquaintances talking about our business in their networks, right? Just quick couple of examples of how we've used this ourselves, right? That's how we got our very first client for Peace and Profits Mastermind, right?
Not sure you will be able to read this, but we'll just give you a summary.
Yeah, so these are actual screenshot of people that we talked to, just converse with them. Hey, I remember you were suffering with this, and here's what what we're coming up with, and they were like, I'm ready to sign up. Right? right? That's how powerful your warm network will be. Of course, it gets exhausted quickly, but that's the first place you should go to, right? Even for getting sign-ups for this workshop, the previous edition that we did online, just talking to people, telling them about, hey, I remember you were, talking about this struggle of yours, and I'm just hosting a online workshop. You're free to attend, right? And they were more than happy to, get the link, register, and sign up, right? And we converted one or two clients from here as well, right? So that's all about warm network, right? And you can do this with everyone, right? Go through your phone book, go through your email contacts. These are people who've given you permission to reach out to them, right? And just tell them that, hey, this is something I'm doing. And probably invite their friends and family, right? So that this pressure of being salesy goes away, right? And more often than not, if that person is struggling, they'll raise their hands, right? Rather than referring you to someone. So that's all about warm network, right? Second method is cold outreach. Now, cold outreach for the coaching industry and even for the freelancing industry works very differently to the B2B industry. We are not here to cold call like how the insurance companies or the banks do, right? Selling you insurances, selling you loans, because we don't want the doors to shut in our faces, right?
Yeah, so coaching by nature or freelancing by nature is a very intimate or a very personal kind of a industry, right? It's we like to call it the P2P business model, like not B2B, not D2C, but person to person or people to people kind of a business. So of course, you are being vulnerable with your clients. Your clients are being vulnerable with you. So this has to be a little more personalized, and it's important to give a lot of value upfront so that these people trust you enough to finally work with you.
See, again, cold outreach, keep in mind that we're reaching out to strangers, right? So you have to lead with value upfront so that you get their trust quickly, right? Because again, if you go onto the street and talk to a stranger, they'll have so many questions about you. But if you give them value, they'll be interested in hearing out what you're about. So the objective is to build connections first. Now, how do we do that without cold calling or cold messaging? The best way that we've found out, and yeah, I mean, trust me, we've had 60 to 70% of our clients coming through this, right? So, best way we've found out to do cold outreach is using online communities, right? So, either online, either offline communities, right? So, this is, for example, this is a Facebook group screenshot for relationships, right? And people are thousands of people from around the world are posting their queries all day, all long, all night long, right? So find such communities where your audience hangs out. It need not be just Facebook, but Quora, Reddit, those are online communities, and even communities like the Dharaport WhatsApp group that we have, right?
Yeah. So you have to figure out where your ideal clients are hanging out and meet them there, right? So for example, for one of the forex trading coaches that we were working with, for them the channel was Telegram. Like Telegram is where they had communities where they were sharing signals and everything. So that's where we advise them to hang out and help people out. For us, we wanted to target more entrepreneurs and small business owners, and we found Facebook communities and groups to be the best source like that.
Right. So just hang out there, show up as the expert that you are, answer queries that people are posting there, share your free content. Chances are you're, creating YouTube videos, Instagram videos, whatnot every day anyway, right? So share them in the groups and start initiating conversations with people whoever show interest, right? Or whoever comment or whoever reach out to you. Share further resources to help them out, right? So, any trainings, any guides that you already have, you can share them across with them and invite them to a call. Now, how we've done this ourselves is this is another screenshot of a Facebook group where someone posted about wanting a marketing strategy. So I just went in there, gave a detailed answer, and they were more than happy to discuss more. I told them about the online workshop that I'm doing, and they signed up right then and there. Again, another example of how we use Facebook groups. So again, commenting to someone about ads, how to run ads well, and this turned out into a $300 deal close through just a simple conversation.
For just 1 hour.
Yeah, for just a 1 hour. And it gets better, right? Again, just sharing value, going out there, helping people out, conversing with them, getting them onto calls, and this is how we closed the 5,000 USD deal, right? Just through this same thing, right? Going onto Facebook groups, I think it's one of the most underrated things out there. Going onto these groups, showing up as the expert, and just helping people out, right? And with like everything, it compounds over time. So once you start doing this, you will generate more visibility on these communities and you will be known as the expert. And then you'll get people reaching out themselves, right? These are inbound leads that we call. So yeah, another example of just someone watching me in another thread and just coming to me directly, right? That hey, I saw that you've been helping out in this community, and I, would love to work with you. And that's how we closed another client, right? So that's the power of having strategic cold outreach through such online communities.
So far we have covered warm network, how do you leverage your warm network, and cold outreach. The third free way again to get more leads is by posting content, right? Posting content on your social media channels to make yourself more visible, because visibility is your responsibility after all. So we'll be diving deep into how or what kind of content you should be creating to get more leads.
See, so content, we all know, we all try to make it. It's probably the most sustainable way to attract more people into the world, because with warm network and cold outreach, you're doing that in a one-to-one manner, right? You're one person, you're reaching out to one person. With content, you can reach out to the masses, right? That's why the biggest brands and the biggest businesses out there are, concentrating so much on creating content and engaging with the audience, right? Um, Again, why content is important. People need 5 to 7 touch points to become a buyer in today's day and age. When you post content, be it through a social media, emails, podcast, whatever that is, you stay on top of their minds, right? So whenever they are ready to jump in or get started, they'll know who to come to, right? The second reason is you improve your own communication as either a coach or a freelancer, right? Um, Chances are when you're creating content, you're having to break down complex concepts in simple language, right? And that translates to your coaching clients or your freelancing clients, right? Just to keep that communication going, right? So that helps improve your communication as well. And of course, getting more people into your world is definitely the power of content.
So now again, like what kind of content to create, right? Simply sharing educational posts is not going to cut it. I'm sure all of you have a lot of information that you want to share with the world. Of course, you're all experts in your own niches, but just sharing one form of educational content is not enough. You need a whole-rounded content strategy to ensure that what you put out there is actually bringing you leads and clients, right? This is one of the most common challenges that people are like, oh, I'm putting so many reels out there and so many posts out there, but it's just not converting. I should just probably live up, or they pull out the switch.
Exactly. So I like to explain it like this: why do you go to a doctor, right? You don't go to your doctor just because of their credentials, right? 20 other doctors might have that, but you go to him because of the communication you share with them, the doctor's temperament, how they deal with their patients, how well they listen to your problems, right? And same goes for you. People don't come to you just for their expertise, but you as a person as well, right? Your values. And that's how we created the 4P formula for content creation.
So this is after a lot of iterations. Again, initially we were also posting out just one form of content. Then we saw what was actually working, what was not working, and then we came down to this 4P formula, which is providing variety to your content, right? So 4P stands for personalize, provide, prove, and promote. So personalize is you sharing a slice of your personality, your vulnerabilities, your story, your journey, the books you like, the mentors you have, and all of those things that we talked about in step number 2, which was finding out your uniqueness, right? So when you share a slice of your personality, apart from all the educational content that you're sharing, chances are that people will relate to that and contact you, right? So fun story. Recently, a person from Sweden, she wanted somebody to run ads for her. And she was in talks with like 4 or 5 people, but she chose us for the simple reason that we told her that we've been working from Goa for the last 6 months, and because she had been to India, she want to Goa, and that's what she connected with. So she was like, oh, I like you guys, Goa is so beautiful and all of that, and then she finally converted. So sharing your personal stories out there is extremely important, which is all under personalize, followed by
the second pillar is provide, right? So here is where you are showing up as the expert, sharing the meat, sharing the value, solving problems for people, letting them know the common mistakes, the lessons you've learned, new ways versus old ways, and busting myths that they might have, right? So this is where you're sharing all the good stuff of the expertise that you've developed, right?
yeah. And the third part is proving, right? So proving your credibility, proving your authenticity. So all the awards or publications that you have, any professional achievements that you've got, any client reviews, testimonials, or case studies that you have to share in the similar niche for your clients that will resonate with your clients and be like, yes, this is exactly where I am at, and this is what I need help with. So all of that content goes under this proof bucket.
So now, when you've done all these three parts, you now have earned the right to, sell them something or just show them a way to work with you, right? That's where we go on to the fourth pillar, that is promote, right? So now here is where you can share your things about your offer, your unique framework, the success stories, the transformations you've gotten.
Maybe inviting them to book a call with you, because all these three buckets were all about giving. So you've been giving, and now you've earned the right to take from them. So this is where you unabashedly go out and promote your either call links or your checkout links or whatever your paid offers are. So that's what you do in this fourth bucket.
So once you do this, this ensures that you have a holistic content strategy in place, right? Which is sharing everything, you as a person, your values, your credibility, your authenticity, and then your offers, right? So this is what has gotten us so great results for us and for our clients in converting through our content on Instagram, Facebook, and other.
Yeah, I mean, it works on all platforms. It's not really platform dependent when you look at it like that, right? So, like, is this making sense so far, guys? Like, do you have any questions, or I mean, yeah, is it making sense? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
So
I have a question about the cold outreach. You said that you do it on Facebook. Traditionally, cold outreach is done by emails. Have you tried that, and have you had any success with it?
Yeah, again, in the that's why we mentioned it's a lot different for coaching industry than a B2B industry. There you can, go out and say, I have this free demo. Can I do that or not? Versus when it's, people to people, right? I get a lot of such messages that I just, throw them in the dumpster, right? So when it's a more personalized business that you're in, you can't really use that approach to scale up.
yeah. So just a quick recap for some of you who might be dozing off. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, sorry. We still have the fourth part of the matrix, which was, again, we covered warm outreach, we covered cold outreach, we covered posting content, and the fourth part of the matrix was running paid ads, right? So up until now, the thing is, guys, you either pay with your time or you pay with your money, right? So all the three ways that we discussed so far were technically free, but you are still paying in terms of your time, your effort, your energy there. You're not essentially putting in money, but you're still paying in terms of your time there, right? And ads is something which will require actual funds or investments, right? But still, it's the quickest way to get leads. Like, yeah, this is the quickest way to sell, because you put in money and you get to test a lot of things and actually attract a lot of people into your world. But if not done right, this can very quickly become money, which is your flushing money down the drain, if not done right. So, like, our recommendation or disclaimer is always to run ads when you have already done the first three things well enough, so that you have absolute clarity about your offer, your audience, their pains, their desires, everything, so that you can put all of that and infuse it in your ad strategy to make sure it's working.
Yeah, it's, when you have a proof of concept, see, we are solo entrepreneurs here, right? We don't have like investors backing us that we can, put in a lot of money to test things out. So once you know whatever you're putting out, your offers are resonating with your clients, you have a proof of concept, that's when it's good to, put money in ads and scale up, versus, just, testing things, trying to throw spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, right?
Yeah. Now, how you probably think ads work is that, a person sees an ad, they click on it and they purchase, right? This is what most people think, but unfortunately, this is not how it works, right? It's a lot more longer and complex than that. So what actually happens is a person sees your ad, they get distracted by their cat. Then they forget about your brand. Then they see your IG post maybe 3 days later and they like the post, right? Then they scroll on and they forget and they get on with their lives. Then they go to office 2 days later, they see another ad from you, and then they click on the ad, they browse the page, and maybe sign up to be a lead, they share their information with you. Then they get distracted by their kids, and then they again forget and they scroll on. Then they see your email because they had already shared their lead information with you, and you send them an email. So they saw that email, they're intrigued and they read through the email, but they think it's not the best time, so then they forget again. Then they see a retargeting ad, another ad from you, right? And then they see another email from you. Then they go on to schedule a call with you. They show up on the call, they are impressed. Then they forget again, right? And then they see an organic post that you probably posted with like testimonials from your other clients. And they see an email which is like telling them to act now. It has an urgency that if you don't act now, the price is going to go up. So when they go through this entire journey, and this is when they actually finally purchase. So it's a long journey, especially in the crowded social media space that we are in. There are a lot of people who are running ads. It requires at least 8 to 12 touch points now for somebody to see the ad for the first time and then actually make the purchase.
So it's important to have it hand in hand, having ads and the organic part running, right? Because anyone seeing you will check out your website, will check out your social media, will definitely check out your Instagram page or Facebook page these days, right? So it's important to have both of those motions running.
Yeah, and to ensure that you are ensuring all of these touch points, you are you are active on all of these touch points. We recommend you to have 3 different types of ad campaigns if you plan to go down that route. So one is an awareness ad campaign, which is the purpose of this is just to create awareness, just to create visibility, just to reach a room full of cold strangers, telling them about who you are, maybe make them check out your website or your social media handles. The second campaign is the lead generation campaign. This is where you make them take in action, maybe sign up to your mailing list, maybe sign up for a freebie. It could be a lead magnet or a guide or a workshop that you're doing. So you make them take a step further and share their critical information like their phone number or email addresses with you, right? Through this campaign. And the last one is retargeting sales campaign, which is where you make them finally purchase. So this could be either you are taking them to a checkout page or you're making them come to a call booking page, right? So this is where you're finally inching them a little further towards the sale. And of course, like I said, they're all on very different temperaments throughout this journey. So all your creatives, your copies have to speak to them at the journey at which they're at, right? When they're just initially like a cold person, your ad copies should reflect that. When they're very close to being a sale, that's when your copies will be like, oh, you left this at the checkout stage, or oh, I noticed that you were seeing my Instagram but you didn't act, things like that. So your copies will have to reflect that accordingly.
Now we can give it.
Yeah, this is just a quick recap of what we have learned so far. So we've talked about how you should work with fewer clients. You should charge what you deserve unabashedly. You should be absolutely clear about your ideal clients, who you want to serve. You should know your superpowers or USP. You should translate your services into a magnetic offer that people feel stupid saying no to. Then you can use these 4 ways to generate more leads and clients, right? So which is leveraging your warm network, leveraging your relationships and cold networking, leveraging your content creation on multiple platforms, and lastly, leveraging paid ads.
Right. So I hope you guys are not bored yet. So we have 2 more questions to go through. That is, one, how do you get them to say hell yes, and how do you retain them longer, right? So yeah, on the front of telling them, having them say hell yes is all about sales, right? Now see, when you're charging something for a premium price and something as personalized as you being a freelancer or you being a coach, right, helping someone in a personalized manner, you need a human touch or a one-on-one connection there, right? The sale can't happen behind closed doors. Someone just clicking on an email and wiring you $2,000, $3,000, right? So you need that sales call or a clarity call in place. It's all about getting their trust, right? Buying is about getting their trust, and that's what these calls help you, right? We've sold through all our clients we've gotten through Zoom calls, right? And that's how you build trust in the online space. Now, remember, no one is a born salesperson. We had no sales skills when we were coming out of our corporate jobs 3 years ago, right? But it's something that you definitely can hone. You can improve those skills 100%. We have gone through a lot of iterations to come up with our own sales script and our own sales system, right? So this sales script has helped us a lot in getting clients from across the world, right? And that's what we'll show you very quickly.
Just a side note, the sales system is a little bit more intense, which is where we tell you what to do before the call, what to do during the call, what to do after the call, how to follow up with people, and much more. But in the interest of time, we're going to keep it very short and crisp and come down to just the core pointers of what we actually do on the call itself.
Right. So this is how a sales script looks like, right? So it starts with setting the agenda, right? It's important to take the lead because you are the expert, right? You want to show them that you've done this multiple times, right? So just setting the agenda of what the call is about, how you go about it, and letting them know that this is how I structure these calls. Next is understanding their current problem, where they are right now at, and understanding their desired state, where they want to be, right? Those two things are something that should be apparent throughout the call, right? then it's about getting to know about their past efforts, right? So, for example, they've been struggling with something, and they might have invested in other courses, in other mentors, in other agencies, whatever that may be, and it didn't work out. Why is that, right? You need to know that so that you can customize the pitch accordingly. Then you have to share similar, relevant case studies of, or either similar struggles that you yourself had, or clients who are similar to them had, right? And how did they break through? See, chances are anyone who's coming onto this call is nervous, is overwhelmed already. So the onus is on you to empathize with them and show them the light, right? Um, that's why it's important to give them a roadmap or an action plan, right? They're here for clarity, and until you can give them clarity, they'll never work with you. So just to give them, an action plan on how they can go about, these are the steps that they need to take to go from the state of pain they are currently at to the state of pleasure that you can take them to. If you do these 6 steps right, they will definitely ask you on how to work with you further, which is where you can present your magnetic offer in all its glory, right? With all the recipe that we shared earlier, you can share all of that, along with the pricing, and that would wrap things up, which would take us to the last step. That is, you've shared everything that you had to, how you work, what's the pricing. Then it's about handling their objections, right, and identifying their objections. See, if you leave them with doubts or with questions, they'll never come back, right? So it's important to understand what's holding them back on the call itself, right? It could be a pricing issue. Finances may be tight for them, or they might have time, commitment issues with respect to time, whether they can put in enough effort that is required in the program, or whether they think that it's a good fit for them or not, right? So you can just handle those objections with, say, for example, payment plans, right, or installments, or sharing more case studies of people that have been in the same state that you've helped, right? So as to prove your credibility there. So these are the simple 8 steps that we use in our sales script. Of course, it has to be customized for whoever you're speaking to. It's we can go further, deep dive into each of these steps, but in the interest of time, we won't do that right now. But yeah, essentially, this is it, right? The better you do this, the more you'll convert.
Which brings us to the last question for today, which is how do you retain your clients for a longer period of time, right? So if you remember in the beginning, we said visibility is your responsibility. So as entrepreneurs and as business owners, even retention of your clients is also your responsibility, right? So like it's extremely costly to keep adding newer clients into your business, right? It will cost you in time, it will cost you in ads. It's just costly to keep adding more people, which is why it's better if your existing clients are retaining and sticking around for longer with you, right? So if you have repeating customers, it means that you are doing the good job. That means your fulfillment and your delivery is absolutely on point, right? And retention is directly proportional to your customer experience. So the amount of love, care, and work you put into serving your customers, of course, the greater retention you will have, right? That's a no-brainer. So yeah, like the biggest complaint again, like we've gone on so many sales calls, and the biggest complaint that we get from our clients is that everything was good until the sale, but everything after that went downhill. And that's like, yeah, that's like Stanley, and they're extremely betrayed, and they're angry about the process because they spent their time and energy, right? And they were disappointed. So what matters, especially in the online coaching, consulting, and service industry, is transparent communication, like transparency and communication, right? Open communication. The more open you are with your clients, the more easily they can communicate with you, and the more honest and transparent you keep your operations, like what's the progress, what the deadlines like. Of course, they'll have a better experience and they'll stick around for longer. And what it looks like is that once you do this, your customers will become your loyal fans, right? We've had clients who've been working with us for more than 2 years, and they go out of their way to give us shout outs on Facebook groups. Like they'll be like, yeah, things like these screenshots, they'll be like, yeah, I've been working with them for 2 years, 3 years. They are the best in the game and stuff like that. So they'll go out of their way to promote you in their network. And again, the second thing is referrals, right? So like if you can convert one client into 5 more clients without putting any more time, money, energy, what could what could be better than that?
Yeah.
So then these are just 2 of the emails that we got from one of our clients, Michelle. who said that, I know these finance and investment people in my business circle and they're looking for marketing help. And why don't you guys connect? And these are some of the best emails that you can wake up to as an entrepreneur, right? Yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the day, a happy customer is the best form of marketing that there is, right? If they are happy, they'll rave on to 10 other customers and bring them to you.
Yeah, and how do you do that is again by providing a good experience, a smooth experience. So, like your job is to save them time, complexity, not increase it, right? So, if you are a freelancer or you're providing like one-on-one service, it's good to use project management tools, right? There are so many on the internet. There's Notion, Asana, Trello, things like that, which will not make your client go back and forth on emails or WhatsApp communications, but this is just what they can, look at. They'll know what the progress is. So this is just a screenshot of Asana that we use for delivering our ad management services. So everything that we talk about on the sales call, we break it down into smaller tasks, like what are the tasks that we'll be working on. We'll assign the person to it along with the due date. Any inputs that we need from the client is happening here, not on emails, not on WhatsApp, nowhere else. So it just keeps things simple, crisp, and like smooth for your clients.
Yeah, about 80% of freelancers out there will just, keep conversing on emails, sharing stuff on WhatsApp. So it's, tons of data, haphazard, and, you want to go at do something 3 months down the lane and you can't, right?
Similarly, if you're providing like a one-to-many program or like a group coaching program, or if you have a course, right? So again, for that, we have so many learning management softwares. Like there's Kajabi, there's School, there's Teachable. And again, you can use this to make them consume what you have distraction-free, right? So we use School for our mastermind. This is what it looks like. I know it's a little blurry, but we'll send you the presentations later. So there's no ads, there's no distractions, there's no video playing in the background. It's just simple. There's a community element where entrepreneurs can hang out. There's a classroom section where we host our courses. There's a calendar where they can, schedule, they can get on the coaching calls with us. So it's clean, clear, and smooth. And this is how you ensure that your customers are having a good experience with you.
Which brings us to the conclusion, right? And see, action without knowledge is nothing, right? So it's action time for you guys now. So in summary, right, the action steps for you would be first knowing your ideal clients, right? Who your ideal clients are, what are the deepest pains, desires, and frustrations, right? Next, identifying your superpowers, what separates you from the rest. Third, creating your magnetic offers, right? The outline that we just spoke about. Fourth, using free ways to get your first or next leads. That's warm outreach, warm network, cold outreach, and free content, right? So that you're ensuring you're not wasting money and energy, time, motivation, and you're just $1,000 minus in your bank account. So using free ways to get your first or next leads, getting them onto sales calls and getting a hell yes from them, refining your delivery processes, making sure they're getting a great experience so that you have the retention things going on. And then finally going into ads, going into funnels, going into all the sort of campaigns that Chhavi mentioned to scale and automate your business, right? And to unlock more peace and profits. And most importantly, work with experts like us to help you do this, do everything, right? Yeah, it's just so this has to be your action plan, right? It's just joking aside, but yeah, we'll open the table for the questions. Feel free to follow us on our Instagram handle. We keep posting a lot of stuff there.
Even if you're taking pictures and videos, we'd love to see them, and if you can share them with us there, that will be great. If you want to work closely with us, again, Instagram is a way to reach us. You already have our phone numbers from which you book the workshop. So feel free to connect with us there. We are in Dharampur for a couple of weeks now, and we hang out here a lot. So yeah, feel free to say hi if that's.
And if you want to work from this co-working space, reach out to Anisa, right? They have great Wi-Fi and power backup as well. With the monsoon coming, that's
going to be handy.
Going to be handy.
Oh yeah, and we will promise what we like. We promise you something and we'll deliver on it. We don't advocate false promises. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Your gift will be on its way right after this workshop. We'll be sending this to you on email as well as on your WhatsApp. It's a short link. If you want to take a picture, feel free to do that. But yeah, that's the gift we'll be giving you. And now we open the room for questions. Any questions that you guys have? Yeah. Yeah, you can use this mic.
Only one is perfect.
It's not coming up.
Anyone has questions?
Is this even working? Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
in the beginning of the workshop, you mentioned that you prefer selling one Mercedes over 100 cars, right? So, do you have a way of filtering clients or filtering people, let's say when they reach out to you through your phone channels or your ads? Do you have a way of filtering those people?
Yeah. So one thing is with the stuff that you're already putting out there, the branding you have, that will definitely filter it out. The next thing is you will get a chunk of people who are, say, not there financially, right? And you can weed them out through the sales calls that you're doing, right? But again, it's a matter of numbers, right? If you get 5 people in for your calls, one will convert and one will be a great fit for you, right? Versus when you're selling like 100 units, you need that kind of audience, right? Not everyone has that going on, right? How do you get 100 customers, right, without having to spend in ads or having to spend a lot of money in? Versus getting that one qualified client through, there are 3 billion people on social media and you need 3 to 5 high ticket clients every month, right? That's why it's so much more powerful.
So to answer your question, like either further, like we don't have filtering mechanisms on the first layer, but once they are in your world and they want further support, they want to book a call with you or something, that's when we have a qualifying question before they can book a call, where we ask all these questions like everything, yeah, related to like, do you have enough time to spend in this experience? Do you have the funds? All of those things that which will filter them, and then only then allow them to book a call with us. And otherwise, we'll just send them some other this message.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So you mentioned that it's much more impactful to reach higher clients straight from the beginning. If you don't have experience in your kind of business, you did mention that you can kick off by using your personal story to reach out and connect.
Yeah.
But a high-end client will look for somebody that can begin results really fast and that has a past of the
Absolutely. See,
So, I'm having a gap
Yeah.
over there, and
Yeah.
that's pretty personal because I'm on the framework of beginning of this. I'm like,
yeah.
unless you're extremely confident
Yeah.
and extremely, well supported,
Mhm.
to just go and target this group is, I don't know, what is your opinion?
Yeah, so I'll take you back to the larva transformation that
Yeah.
Chavi showed, right? See, you need to answer those 6 questions to be able to charge higher, right? But if you're developing, right? When we started, we were charging $200 to a client, and doing everything for them.
Yeah.
So that's how you start out, right? Because you're creating your experience, you're creating your USPs, right? You are getting in a space where you can answer all those 6 questions confidently and with absolute clarity, right?
So you are aiming for the best possible client you can have at the time
Yeah.
by being, let's say, logical with the price you're asking and increasing it steadily.
Increasing it steadily, right?
Yeah,
The
okay.
more
Okay.
testimonials you have, the more case studies you start building out, that's when you become more valuable to people as well, right? So it's a gradual process. You can't be there from day one, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the aim that you should have, and that's the vision that you should have.
And did you have any coaching yourselves as well in this process in relation to marketing? Because I understand you come from software engineer and you come from so marketing, I guess, was not something you.
Absolutely not. So we definitely have been learned on the go. There were some courses or masterminds that we also invested in initially. And again, they're like something, not one mastermind will tell you the entire thing, right? So we have to do a couple of things, and then ultimately experience is the best teacher. So the more you do it, the better you learn, right? And entrepreneurship is not a sprint, it's a bloody marathon. We all know that. So it's a long, long game, and you cannot expect to get it right from day one. And yeah, we did invest in like a couple of coaches.
Yeah, we keep
masterminds.
upskilling ourselves
Yeah.
throughout, even now, right? To stay on track, to stay on top of the trends, and keep improving our skills, so to say.
I have another question, but I feel like let other people ask you.
Yeah. It's fine, you can go ahead.
Okay, so besides the offer, the plan that you offer in the end, which is a very specific plan, let's say it doesn't suit me, do you offer something alternative, or if something that might suit me, like a 6-month plan, or like a 3-month plan, or like a 5-session,
Yeah, of course. We can take this up after we're done here, and if depending on what is it that where you are at, where you want to be at, whatever you're struggling with in your business right now, we can
So right now there are two ways in which we usually work with our clients. One is the annual mastermind that we spoke about, which is a 12-month container in which we provide everything like what we talked about, courses, coaching, community, all of that is there for 12 months. So that's more of a done with you where you are doing the execution, but we are guiding you. The other way is done for you where we do the heavy lifting. So this is a little more for people who are a bit advanced in their journey, who already have the foundations and some clients ready in the this thing in the back, and then we help them further scale from that using either funnels and ads. So we do the ad campaigns and everything ourselves. We do the email marketing for them, hands on like that. Yeah.
I think I need to sit down with this little personal question, but it can help others also in a way. So sorry. Oh, okay. So I've been doing my works past 7 to 8 years, but I'm in a transition period right now. So I chose that I want to be in the mountains and have my kind of life and get it more into my online stuff. Wherein I was doing a lot of one-on-one personally.
Yeah.
Delhi, Bombay, Pune, Bangalore, Calcutta, everywhere I have my clients. So I used to be like in a procedure where I used to work with them offline and online, one-on-one, with their holistic transformation, working on their lifestyle, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social, financial, every aspect, looking at their well-being.
Yeah.
I used to understand their current lifestyle, build their understanding with not the vague goals, but the specific goals, and get them into the understanding with a complete action plan.
Yeah.
Not only in the promising that okay, he will be doing this, the PDFs and the blah blah
Absolutely,
blah, but the real stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to get associated like somebody needs a art therapy. I used to get them connected with my own people, and
Right.
that's how I have my own network also.
Yeah.
Now what happened, all the way, I just switched to retreats. I was like, hey, retreats are more functional. They're more,
Personalized.
enthusiasm is more there.
Yeah.
I like to travel. I get to know more people, and people like to travel and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So I just switched. I don't know. I've done a mistake, or I've just made a very hasty decision on that. I just don't know. So in this transition period, I have my high ticket client experience also. I have my low ticket client experience also. I have my retreat client experience also.
Yeah.
But now coming here and my things are here and there. They're in bits
Right.
and pieces. They're in the blocks.
Right.
So I just don't know how to put them all together.
Right.
And my vision is clear, but when you say the heavy lifting is done by you, so I think I am not getting people like you to sit down and really understand my journey and what I'm looking for. Because I feel as coaches, we keep evolving.
Yeah.
Right.
What I was 5 months ago, I'm not the same person now.
Yeah.
What I used to offer, I can't offer now because I'm too much into evolving period of my life. I'm
Right.
transforming all the time.
Yeah.
Right, so whenever I'm getting my clients, sometimes my warm-up leads, I can't go back to my old clients.
Yeah, makes sense.
They are not in the same picture where they were.
Yeah.
And somewhere I lost the connection, or they lost the connection. I have no idea about that. I need to still figure that out.
Yeah.
And looking at the what you said, the cold leads, Facebook and the emails and all that stuff. There also I'm feeling that I'm not able to connect with people. I don't know what is the game there.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm looking at this place. I'm coming here to just actually get into that where you said that people are looking for what communication and the one-on-one connection.
Yeah.
I need to really sit down with somebody who really need to understand my journey first, where I started, where I am, and where I can take this forward.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I am probably here and there, but yeah.
Absolutely makes complete sense, and it's something that we've also transitioned from working in a purely one-to-one capacity versus having like a group coaching program, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen that happen a lot, right? Even retreat is a group offline program, to put it like that, right? So that transitions happen. That's how businesses evolve, right?
And it always usually starts like that. You are first starting off with one-on-one arrangement, but that has a cap to it. There's only a limited number of people that you can work with in
So
that
one
capacity.
thing more, I think I never put a lot of attention there because I'm a very holistic person. So when people used to tell me that, listen, I want to be under the carpet, I don't want to get my testimonial. I have done retreats with more than 50 people.
Okay.
My experience, my expertise is very high and with my own storage and data.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the social media, I have no, because these people are too white collars and a lot of other kind of stuff. wherein they never came out with their testimonials. I have like nothing to show. But when people talk to me, and when I tell them, they're like, hey, lock it.
Yeah.
You know, I have no stigmas like, hey, I'll see, I'll pay later, and
Yeah,
things
right.
like that. So, you know, but that gap where I want to bridge now,
Yeah.
you know, that I get my clients swiftly,
Right.
where I don't have to like really like speak about it a lot and, you know, like spend my energy and things like that.
Right.
So probably, yeah.
Yeah. So you know, if I understand correctly, you want, is it that you want a means to get clients more quickly rather than going through?
Yeah.
Right. So
More quickly, more systematic. I've never been into a system.
right.
I have
right.
always been like, you know, the way you showed, like people refer 2, 3, and like
Okay.
I went to my own
Yeah.
holistic transformation. I did
Yeah.
like a gap of 4 months. Then I switched to the mountains and
Yeah.
testing my own waters. You know, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Like my transition has been going on.
Right.
So wherein like I need to get back to my system, and now if the system holds me,
Mhm.
then I think it works better.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, that's
So, you know, coming back to, you know, there are only 4 ways to get more leads, right? 3 of them, warm network, cold outreach, content, are all involve you spending your time, your efforts, right? And they compound over time. So, you know, it can be 3 months, 4 months, 5 months of, you know, hanging out in a community to create that kind of visibility, or, you know, posting on Instagram to get that traction coming in, right? But
Yeah.
ads is
Here I'll
the
just stop you. So probably I don't need this entire lava thing.
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
So,
need it. So I'm at that space right now where it's just another jump. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm very sorted. I'm very
It-
clear. My niche, my audience, everything like super sorted. So sometimes, like, you know, like I'm sorry I'm saying that, but many times marketing agencies and people, like, you know, they literally drain me more.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like 5 steps back. It's like shit, yeah, I'm not doing this
Yeah.
anymore. And like, you know, it spoils my harmony.
Yeah.
It spoils my transformation. And like, what
Mhm.
is this? Yeah, like I want to get away from all this, and they're like putting me back again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get me to square one, and then start over again. Do this, do that. Bad. Like I would say this again, bad of me. Then I like okay. In between, I stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So what is there for people like me in this stage?
Yeah, so the best thing for you is, provided you have the money to spend in, you can, you know, ads is the best way to scale up and get that, you know, quicker jump, right? And I feel you are the kind of person who would have no problem in sharing your expertise and, you know, having, say, for example, such a online workshop going on, right? So you can definitely start running ads to get people to like a, you know, either a 2-day workshop or a 2-hour workshop, whatever that may be. Share your expertise with them. Share the roadmaps that and the goals that you set with your clients, right? So share that with them, and then invite them to you know, work with you in a much better capacity. So that's the kind of system that you can have in place to get their trust quickly and get quicker results for
Yeah.
yourself.
So it's ads will basically take out the
Ads.
effort from it. Ads will be running on autopilot. They'll be bringing newer people onto your event or whatever medium you choose to. Your work will be to show up on these events and deliver value, and then take it from there. Like people who are showing interest, raising their hands, booking a call with them, and then converting them. Right?
Okay. And rest, I think I can sit with you and then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's see
absolutely.
about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I was like, do I belong to this space anymore? Do I have that stage or not? I have no clue about that.
Yeah, that's absolutely how
Yeah.
that's how businesses evolve, right?
Yeah.
You'll get to a certain stage where you're like, you know, you don't want to put in the effort to, you know, do all of those things, because of
Yeah.
course they take more time, and that's when you can, you know, scale up through ads and,
And
you
also
know,
this, like, you know, this I don't know, I'm not very, although I said Mercedes, but I'm not still in that thing with the thing, like, no,
Yeah.
only Mercedes or like 1,000.
yeah, that's
Marutis,
you
like,
have to strike a balance
yeah,
there.
it's sometimes like, you know, how it works out. Like,
Yeah.
True. Any other questions? Yeah, Jordan.
Thank you for the second session. It's a very valuable for, I think, all of us like who are coaches or want to be coaches. So I can see right now in the market there are two approaches. Everyone talking about high ticket client. Also, there's another trend that's giving more values in what is called child wife products. That's very affordable and resistable, non-resistable. So, for example, if 499 rupees the section or workshop, that's give a lot of value. So, and then like as you said, like selling $10,000 cost, $10 cost to clients people is easier than selling the like 5,000 cost to 10 people. But then another one is like sell the 500 rupee for million or thousands of people.
Yeah.
So what is the approach right now? For example, for the new coach like me and like what approach that can be more sustainable for us?
Yeah.
Like we can have more people. Anyway, coach is here to have more people, right? And also give us enough money to be
Right.
exact to like can continue this part of the coaching career.
Yeah.
So
Right.
what is your
I'll take that. Yeah. So essentially, you have to go the other way route, right? Um, what I mean by that is when you want to sell to millions, how do you reach out to millions right now, right? You won't be able to do that. So the best sustainable way for you would be to first work with lower clients. Of course, get to that stage where you can charge higher, right? Work in a more personalized manner, charge them higher, and when side by side get your organic things going out, right? Posting on your socials, posting on your Facebook, posting on your Instagrams, so that you're creating that audience pool, right? Now when you have say a 1 million followers on your Instagram over time, that's when you can create something for say just $500 and sell it to to the masses, right? But you can't do that right now, not unless you have $1 million to spend into ads to reach out to a million people, right? So in the starting, you start low. You'll work with a limited amount of clients, increase your credibility so that you can charge them higher, and side by side start creating that audience pool so that you can reach out to the masses for the kind of price points that we talked about. Does that answer your question?
yeah, this makes sense.
Perfect. Any more questions around?
Okay.
Yeah, please.
And how long did that journey take for you, starting from when you just decided to, head up as freelancers, I guess, until now?
To reach where? Like here?
Like when you came to the point where you settled and like, okay, now things are going well.
Yeah, I think it's I feel it's an ever evolving thing. Like I can't just pinpoint and say yeah. Right now I'm at the stage where it's all great and it's all fun and it's all games. But yeah, over the past 3 years, like we've been doing it for the last 3 years, we've definitely learned our lessons in the sense that never undersell ourselves. Like you want to charge a certain amount, and if somebody like you have to be in a position where you can say no to clients rather than them saying, oh, I don't want to work with you. So reaching that stage has taken us the last, I think, 3 years. Yeah, now I feel like we are in a place where we can say no to clients, where we can feel confident in charging our, what we feel we deserve, and then having these offers out there which doesn't drain our energy or time commitments, and where we can put in lesser time and get like more out of it. So yeah.
But at the end of the day, you are running a business, right? So you will need to cater to certain things, right? With say a team member going off, so you have to hire another to replace them, and so there are things that you keep having to do, right? It's not like it's 100% automated and you're just getting clients left and right. You do have to put in the efforts, but yeah, it improves over time.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we don't have any questions, we'll wrap it up. If you all don't mind, can we get a group picture click, if that's okay with everyone?
Yeah.
You want what? Picture?
I want to say something.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. Anissa has to say something, guys.
Thank you all for coming here, and let me quickly walk you through what is Nomad Gao. So Nomad Gao is designed for digital nomads, and we have a wide community. We have best Wi-Fi, I think, in entire Dharamkot for sure. We have a community of people and a lot of events that we do. One of this event is Nomad Connect, what we are doing. Besides that, we have more social gatherings that we do, like every Thursdays we do a games night. Every Fridays we have a small sundowner here. So we keep doing such things. And next Wednesday, we have Joy, who is sitting there. She would do a session about deep diet, about how, and it would be a more interactive session both ways. And if you have something that you want to put out and talk about here, because I believe Connect here is what we can give to the society back if we are taking something from them. So yeah, and also we have. Let me explain where is Nomad Gao. We have one property in Goa, one here, and one in Lonavala in Mumbai. I would like you, if you want to, you can join our WhatsApp group so you can all stay connected and you'll meet more people like Chavi and Kapil in our WhatsApp group as well.
So we are anyway have their contact numbers. We can collate it.
Yeah, but I just want to put them on.
Okay.
So I just dropped it, like, so where can I share my number?
Yes,
Hi guys. So for those who are listening to this online, I'm Mayur.
Oh, okay. You don't want.
Hi guys. So I'm Mayur. I'm the founder of Nomad Gao, and thank you for coming for this session. So our goal is to, make Dharamkot a digital nomad destination. That also means people like you who bring a lot of value, who come with skills and knowledge. We want to hang out with people like you. I could not come over to meet you in person, so I thought I'll say hello. And also to those who are listening to this online. Um, and part of building this community is also to stay connected. So we have this online community called Digital Nomad India. Anisa will be sharing the community link or QR code to everyone out there who is joining in person. For those who are joining online, you can go to nas.io/digital nomad India to join the community. And if you are a coach, I think nas.io has been a great platform for us to build our online community on. So if you need any information on that, happy to maybe do another session just focused on building online communities. So some other Wednesday for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Should I end it? Yeah. Leave. Yeah. Okay,
Yes, thank you all for joining in. And Anisa, you can take over. Bye bye.
Bye.